thanks for joining us. I'm here with Elliot Foster, who's been our youth and family and worship and pastoral intern these last few months. He's kind of done a little of everything, and he's looking at a transition in his life that we're excited about. We've been kind of preparing him for as best we can. God's been preparing him for this as well. So first, I wanted to talk with you, Elliot, about what's been going on in your internship here at the church. So describe to us a little bit about what you have done these last few months.
Well, like you said, I've done kind of a lot of everything.
Yeah.
I've done everything from, preaching a sermon here at the church and learning what it goes into preparing a sermon and being on the sermon team and just learning like all the bits and pieces that goes into writing a sermon, how that works. I've led worship on a couple occasions and been on the worship team continuously since I started as an intern here. I've gone over a bit of what it looks like to do budget management here at the church and what that looks like to keep track of finances for a church and like what money is going to. I've helped plan a couple events with the youth and just a lot of here and there going back and forth.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a crazy experience.
Yeah, it's been kind of our first foray into internships, and you've kind of done a little bit of everything, which, your title would be officially pastoral intern, except you've kind of just done a little of everything. So, and it's been great. It's been great to see you learn and pick up those skills and apply those things, which has been exciting for me to see. So you've been here around a year and been doing a little of everything, and our goal has been to equip you as best we can for whatever God has in the future. And at that point, we didn't know what that looked like. We were just saying, hey, you felt led to ministry, and so we're going to equip you to that end. But now things have become a little more clear. These last few months for you have been kind of a whirlwind.
Yeah.
So kind of walk us through. You started dating a girl toward the beginning of the year. So from that point on, basically since the corona situation, things have changed a lot. But you started dating her at the beginning of the year. Walk us through what's happened since that started.
Well, okay. So in February, I did meet a girl. Her name is Leslie Barnes, and we started dating at the beginning of March. And it was kind of a interesting relationship because she's from Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, and so for the first bit of our relationship, it was mostly like over FaceTime, just talking, getting to know each other. And then I made a trip actually down to Arizona. For 10 days, I was down there. I met her family and I got plugged into the church down there and met Connor Harless, who's the associate pastor at Rincon Baptist, which is in Tucson. And just started getting plugged in, learning what the environment was like down there and what ministry opportunities were there. And so that was a really crazy fun experience that I had that kind of gave me other ideas of what I could be doing. And then after that, I came back, was here for a while. We kept up over FaceTime, whatnot. Leslie and I, our relationship kind of grew a bit stronger, and she made a trip up here this month, beginning of May, and I proposed to her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so we are now engaged as of May 12th. And I'm looking forward to moving down there to, spend my life in ministry in Arizona for at least the time being.
Yeah, that's great.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of gives us an idea of what God's led you to, and it's been kind of a roller coaster for you, trying to figure out God's will for your life, His plan. Do you stay up here? Do you go down there? What's the future look like? And it's just been interesting watching you navigate that and pray through that and think through that and talk through that as you see what God's calling you to in the future. So exciting things. And then when you go down there, let's talk about the future. So your plan is you're going to get married next year, a year from now.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you're going down there and plugging in with that church. So talk us through what once you get to Arizona next week, what's the plan there as far as ministry and your future plans?
Well, when I first get down there, I need to find a job.
Sure.
I gotta figure out how to pay rent and do all the adulting type stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be my first step. But I also will be continuing as an intern, but at RinCon, with the associate pastor, Connor Harlos. And I'm planning on working with him, learning how to do his type of position, which is an associate youth pastor. He's going to train me into doing that role. And his hope is within the next 9 to 12 months is he wants to do a church plant. And he wants to bring me along as his associate youth pastor in this church plant that he's working towards. Obviously, there's a lot of unsures and unknowns when it comes to church plants. And there could be a variety of it could be longer than that, it could be sooner than that. But it is the plan, and we're really hoping that this can work out.
Yeah.
We're very excited, and looking forward to what the future could hold, and possibly doing this church plant with the people down there. So
yeah, that's exciting. And that's, again, when we started this process a little over a year ago, talking about what this looked like and what it might look like to have you on as a pastoral intern, you didn't know what the future held, but and we didn't either. And so we said, hey, let's just get you equipped as best we can, and that's what we've been doing. And so that's why we spread you out in all those things. And now God seems to be leading you to this church down in Arizona, who in conjunction with that church, this guy Connor is going to be planning a church, wanting you to come on board. And so our process, our vision has been to equip you for the purpose of equipping you for ministry. If that means keeping you here in the future, that would have been great. If that means sending you off to do ministry somewhere else, that's what we want to do as well. And so that looks like what God's calling you to, which is exciting. And so we've equipped you in our piece, and now you're going to go down there, passing you off to Connor and the church down there to continue your equipping process, and just trusting that God will lead you where He wants you to go. So it's an exciting time. I'm excited for you. We'll definitely miss you.
Yeah.
You've been a huge help. It's been good to get to know you here, and with all the areas you've been helping in, it's you'll definitely be missed. But we just wanted to have this chat for. Just for the benefit of everybody watching, so they know what's going on with your life. Since we haven't been meeting, most of these folks have not seen you or talked with you, but a lot has happened since we stopped meeting. So
a lot has happened.
It's a great opportunity to update everybody who's watching on what you're doing, what God's calling you to. So we as a church will be praying for you. Excited to hear how God continues to lead you and move you forward.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss my time here at Sandy Baptist. This church has meant a lot to me. It's been a huge part of my life ever since I was in second grade.
Yeah.
So I kind of grew up in this church, and it's been incredible to see the growth that this church has had and the things that have changed and whatnot in it.
No.
So.
Yeah, you have deep roots here, and we were talking just like last week, I think it was, about what you remember things looking like, and how you remember who you remember being here and different things. And over the last, it's over 10 years that you've been connected here. Things have changed and matured and moved in different directions. So that is life. Things don't always stay the same. And so in your life, it's a big jump here.
Yeah.
And we're excited about that. So. But I want to pray for you as we close this interview, and we'll continue to pray for you as we send you out. So let me pray for you.
Thank you.
Father God, we just lift up Elliot and his future to you. You know what you're calling him to. You know what you're equipping him for. Thank you for the year that you've given him here at our church, being equipped intensively, and for the years before that you've equipped him through camp and through his family and through other ministry experiences, the way you've been equipping him for what you're calling him to all throughout his whole life. And we just ask that as he goes forward, that you would bless him and you'd watch over him. You'd use him mightily in the kingdom, in whatever you're calling him to. We pray that you'd bless him in his upcoming marriage. I pray that you'd bless his and Leslie's relationship as they continue to grow deeper and build their relationship on the firm foundation of Christ. And we just ask that you'd use him, and that we as this church body would remember him in prayer and lift him up, continue to encourage him as he moves forward in this new season that you've called him to. We pray these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Love you, man. We'll miss you.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting.